Hey there, so today we have a battle beers, and this is a fun one. I believe these are the only 3 German Kölsches that are produced and sent to America. So this is Gaffel, Reisdorf, and Frühe. These are some pretty interesting beers. And actually, I'll talk about the beers, and I'll blindfold myself. Katie doesn't have them in that order.
They're not going to be poured in this order.
She has the list right over there, so I have no clue what's going on over here.
They're going to be poured in this order.
Yeah.
And only you and I know at this time. Okay.
So she's going to start opening them, pouring them. I have actually been in Cologne. This is like before I really got into beers. Actually, really interested in beer culture. Kölsch is pretty awesome. Kölsch is something interesting in the sense that American sort of education on beer is that this is an ale that is lagered. So it is ale yeast, different than lager yeast, but lagered in the sense that the process after fermentation, it sort of sits in cold temperatures, just like a lager would. And then, but from what I understand, a lot of German education about this would be that this is really more towards a lager. In the sense, it definitely tastes like a lager. And then also it is an Obergärige lager beer. So it is a top fermented lager beer. So, I mean, that is an ale that is lagered, but it is still lager beer. I don't know, sort of up in debate in that one. Really fun stuff. Pretty much this is a style that is quite similar to Munich LS, Pilsner, but it has a little bit of ester profile because it has a ale yeast to it, and that's one of the important things. But it also is one of the beers that is sort of like champagne. It is defined by Cologne. Cologne city, in German, Köln, K-O-L-N. It is defined by that city, and there are about, I think, 30 or so breweries that make this style of beer. But it's not really rigid in the sense that, you know, it has to taste a certain way. It just has to taste somewhat in the range of it. And there's a ballpark. Some are a little bit more bitter, some a little bit more sweet, some a little bit more ester profile. It's a range of beers, but I'm curious to try these 3 commercial examples. Again, everything that's outside of Cologne, ideally should be Kölsch style. This is German Kölsch. So, first class? Kölsch, yeah. So.
You need the blindfold because of the colors.
Yeah. So first one is slightly peppery. A little bit of light grain to it. Pretty, just like, you know, I think they're mostly all built on Pilsner malt.
They should be, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Slightly sweet, crisp, a little bit of light apple character, which is part of the ale yeast fermentation. Delicious, crushable, a little bit of light struck. I possibly sense a little bit of that. A little bit of snappy bitterness on the back end. Quite nice. Just a drinkable, delicious, German style, pale lager / ale. Oh, this is very different. This is more like peppery. It's more, it's more sweet, and I get more like grassy. Yeah, it's grassy. That's what it is. Much more grassy on this one. More floral, aromatic at the hops. And then this one, pretty close. Again, this has a rich Pilsner body to it. This one I think I like more. It has more grassiness riding, a little bit more rich hop character, a little bit more dry. Yeah, more dry, less that rich kind of like, again, these are all like attenuated beers, but there's that malt character that comes in, and this one doesn't shine as much. And actually, it seems like it has a little bit more malt flavor without as much sweetness, maybe? I don't know, it's weird. This one's a little bit more rosy, almost perfumey, floral. A little bit like, almost like gluey and painty.
Sounds delicious.
This one's very middle of the road. Love the carbon, love the mouthfeel. A little bit of bitterness on the back end as well. Slightly herbal. Oh, very similar. I feel like the last 2 were the best. I'm gonna go back to number 1.
Mm-hmm. Right here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, this one now smells like acetaldehyde, which is weird as hell.
It does.
You smell that?
Yeah, I did.
You smell acetaldehyde? Yeah. Yeah, I taste acetaldehyde.
I smelled it.
You know what acetaldehyde smells like?
You've explained
Oh my
it to me
god!
several
Wow.
times.
Yeah. It's like freshly painted room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very clear. That's so strange. That's the aldehyde on this one. Lots of paint. But on the palate, pretty pleasant. But now I wait. It has like almost a little bit tart green apple. So yeah, that's aldehyde, this one. This one's gonna be number 3. This is last.
So that's the last one.
Yeah. So you want to like do.
I am arranging them for you.
Yeah, and then put the other one front, I guess.
So I will relabel that
Okay.
so we know where they're at.
Okay.
Okay.
Give
want
me
number 2?
Yeah, give me number 2 again. Oh, it's pretty. Again, it's a fun beer. It's got this like light touch of like fruity character to it. That's
3.
like a little bit oomph than like what general German lager does. So this makes it really hard because it has a Pilsner malt to it. This one has also possibly a little bit of acetaldehyde. I'm gonna go with 2. This acetaldehyde.
This is second for you? Or this is second?
It's like lemony almost.
This is second?
Give one more shot.
Okay.
They're very similar.
Yeah.
It's hard. The nuances are. It's a pretty perfect, there's a slight honeyed tone to it.
Okay.
Rich Pilsner malt character. Lingers a little bit with bitterness, but like sweetens out on the back end.
Okay.
This one, more bitter. For sure, more bitter.
Okay.
Also a little bit of that Pilsner malt sweetness in the middle.
So we're thinking 1 and 2.
I think it even.
So Ty prefers second?
Yeah, let's give this the slight edge then.
Okay, so 1 and then 2.
Yeah, sure. Can I reveal?
Hold on, give me a second. All right, great.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the order that you chose. Go ahead. First, second, third.
And what are they?
Do you want to try to guess?
No, I have no clue. I do not drink these commercial examples at all.
Okay.
Honestly, if you find these on draft, I highly recommend them. But I think Frua comes on tap. Gaffel comes on tap. I don't believe Reisdorf comes on tap.
This is the order.
So I chose Frua, Reisdorf, Gaffel.
Yeah.
Gaffel, how's that?
Yeah. So that's the interesting one because you said it tasted light struck, and so I kind of made an awkward face because it's in a can. So the
So it's not light
chances of
struck.
being light struck are slim to none. And
But I was confusing it with acetaldehyde.
Yeah.
That's so strange, right? You get that too, right?
No, I do too. I don't know why.
Yeah. Why? I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is there a chance
Interesting.
that maybe some kind of bacteria? Or age, perhaps?
There is definitely some kind of off flavor in there. You can smell
This
it.
was canned, it canned 3/15/21. Or no, it's good until 3/15/21. Sorry. Year's 2020. Been a long year.
Yeah, I don't know. They're both very nuanced and fantastic. If you guys, how about this? If you triangle somebody on these, I bet they think it was the same beer. They're just so in that tight knit.
These two definitely tasted the same to me. This one had some slight variation to it, but these two tasted the most similar, I think.
Yeah. I mean, again, humility to the palate. Like, if you really can tell me that these are that different, like, cheers, kudos to your palate, but they're really like, you literally could have poured me just 2 of the same glass and I'm just like, oh, these are a little bit different. Like, they're very similar.
This one's good. This one's good. Really taste the malts in that one.
There's also a slight temperature difference, unfortunately. And actually didn't have them in the fridge at the exact same time, so there's part of that. But fantastic.
See, I think I would have gone 1, 2, 3.
Whatever. These two are fantastic. This one had something going on with it, but again, recommended. Kölsch is absolutely delicious style. If you can get Gaffel on tap, anytime you see either Gaffel or Frua on tap, get some because it is a fantastic draft beer. The fact that it actually comes here relatively fresh, they get kegs of it, is a charm, a specialty. So a very specific style, very nuanced and to a specific city, something that like beer history / beer doesn't really have really much anymore. So, fun stuff. It's just crushable. Hell, like you just, give me
That's
half a
why I
liter
like
of this and just like keep going at it. Like we're gonna drink these in like 5 minutes.
It's so hard to help Darwin with all of these beer experiments.
Until next time, guys. Cheers. Let us know what you think. Again, the final results. Gaffel had something going on. Weistoff and Fua were very close, similar in flavor profile. I maybe went to Fua, but it is what it is. Cheers. Later.